You may have seen the program that I did recently for dispatches, where I was advising people how to get a pay rise at work. Don't worry if you didn't, because I've had an awful lot of feedback and requests from people asking me to go into more detail. So that's what this series of videos is now about. And it's a series because I've broken it down into 5 parts. And those 5 parts are about preconditioning. So how to precondition your boss or your organisation. It's about being proactive and being aspirational. It's about thinking from their perspective, from your boss or your organisation's perspective. It's thinking about how you want to hear the response, about how you handle the rejection, the no, which you're probably going to get, and then also about how to be creative when the negotiation really gets going. So I hope you take lots from this. Make sure that you like or follow on Facebook, on YouTube and on Twitter, and that will alert you to the rest of the series and all of the other videos that we're doing, whether that be on buying a house or selling a car and all of the other aspects which affect the way that you negotiate. So I hope you enjoy it. The first area that I want you to really focus on when you're preparing for this pay negotiation with your boss is preconditioning. Now, you may have already seen the video which I produced about preconditioning generally. I want to do it more specifically now about how you precondition for a pay negotiation with your boss. There are some very specific things to bear in mind. Let's not forget what preconditioning is for. First of all, preconditioning is a process you go through so that you can lessen or weaken any anticipated resistance that you think you're going to get from them. The chances are, if you go to them and ask them for a pay rise, what are they going to say? They're probably going to say no, or they're going to fob you off. Now, if you just go to them out of the blue and say, boss, I would like, or I need, or I expect a 9% pay rise out of the blue, you're going to be met with a very negative reaction to that in all likelihood. What you want to do is understand and make the most of the curve that people go through when they receive news which they're not very receptive to. And what happens is, when your boss is met with a demand or a request for more money from you, the first thing that they're going to think, if it's straight out of the blue, is, well, no. They may be surprised, even a degree of shock, or they might even be a little bit angry about it. You never know. And if you meet that resistance straight away, then it's going to be harder to pull them away from it. So you want them to go through that before you sit down with them. So this is what can you do in advance. And there are a couple of things you can do in advance. One is, well, you got email. Email is a great way. So set up a meeting with your boss. Make sure it's at the right time. You don't want this happening when they're in a rush to go home at the end of the day, or if they're really busy at some other time. Depending on the relationship that you have with your boss, you may be able to arrange it at lunchtime or over a coffee or what have you. But send them an email saying that you want to talk to them, and make sure they know that it's about pay. So you're already starting to sow the seed in their mind that you're going to be asking them for a pay rise. Make sure that there are at least a few days in between sending the email and the suggested time or date for that particular meeting that you're having with them. So they've got a chance to get over this negative reaction to it, and they should already be thinking, well, do you know what? If I am going to have to talk to them about a pay rise, this is how I'm going to handle it with them. So they're in more of the solution focused stage rather than the rejecting stage. That doesn't mean that they won't say no to you. They may well do, but inside their own head, they're starting to think about what they might need to do to keep you on side, keep you happy, keep you motivated, or just to retain you. So, in this communication that you're going to send through to them, if it is via email, don't make any threats. Don't do anything that could even be perceived as a threat. Don't say that you've had job offers elsewhere, because, do you know what, that might just start to back them into a corner. Just talk about the fact that you want to talk to them about your pay, your contract, however you may choose to phrase it.